Hey guys, I'm at the grave of Sam Kinison. He was an American comedian and actor, a former preacher. He performed a lot of routines that were pretty intense in style, and kind of took some of his preaching and had that scream that you hear it and so many different preachers use. He was born over here in Washington in 1853. He was actually the son of a preacher. They moved around quite a bit to Illinois when he was young, and then they moved around quite a bit. He abandoned preaching. He became a preacher and actually abandoned it pretty early in his career, in his life, and took up a profession as a comedian. He began in Texas doing the small crowds and everything, and he did the comedy tour. A lot of those comedians follow. He really got his big break with Rodney Dangerfield in one of his specials in '85, and kind of went on there and kind of did this. Really got a lot bigger after that. Kind of played up the role as a Bible preaching evangelist. A lot of sacrilegious shots at the Bible, faith, Christianity, and just really kind of almost a shock comedian. Got pretty involved with the hard rock scene in Los Angeles, and he occasionally had a band kind of accompanying him on his tours. Unfortunately, he got into drugs and alcohol, and had a tough go over it there for a long time. He had several albums put out. I had them all. They were all excellent albums, and they're kind of raunchy, and as a kid I just really enjoyed those. Like I said, he was married a couple times. Following his second marriage, he got himself sober and with the second wife, and on April 10th, 1992, he was driving to a show, and he was struck by a pickup truck. Him and his wife. He was driving a Corvette or something like that, and driven by a 17-year-old kid who had been drinking. Ironically, here Sam had struggled with a lot of his adult career, and got killed by a kid that was drunk driving. Unfortunately, he was not killed instantly, as I guess you'd like in an accident like that. But he passed away. His wife survived, and here he is. He's buried in his family plot. There's several of his family buried right here at the Memorial Park Cemetery in Tulsa, Oklahoma. His tombstone is kind of hard to read with all the coins left behind, but it says, in another time and place he would have been called a prophet. So a very nice little cemetery here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'll put the GPS coordinates for his tombstone here so everybody can find it. But a lot of people have stopped and visited, left a lot of coins. I'm sure there's a lot of souvenirs left from time to time. But a nice little tasteful plaque. Very simple for somebody that lives such a big life on the comedy tour and acting. He had a TV show for a little while, but he also had he had a couple roles in movies, and the one I remember most is Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School, where he played a professor who clearly had some issues left over from his service in the war, and took his class to task, and Rodney Dangerfield stood up to him, and he kind of respected that, all with the whole Sam Kinison's yelling and everything, and the scream he always did was there. But it was a great little cameo in a really great 80s film. So anyways, here's the grave of Sam Kinison, the American comedian, here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the Memorial Park Cemetery. Again, I'll with his family plot here, and again, I'll leave the GPS coordinates in the description so everybody can find it. But again, this is a great setting for final resting place for a great comedian and a great man.